Hello everybody, it's MrLEDiecast, and this is not the diorama that we're going to be using today. I thought I'd show you what these ugly things look like for the first half of their existence. This is what I see a lot of them as. This is insulation foam, so I just stack it up. You can see there's layers of the stuff here. I stack it up and carve it with my Dremel. Now a lot of this detail here is really just to get the shape right. It looks like rock here, but a lot of this is going to be covered up with dirt and sand and flocking and so forth. So it won't look exactly like this when it's done. But this is what they look like. I've patched up a few holes here so that the plaster, when I put it on, doesn't drain through the whole thing and make a big mess. But yeah, that's what they look like. You'll also notice we have a new blue screen. I was going to say green screen. We took out the old green screen, and that is because all the greenery and the trees that I use in my diorama was conflicting with the green screen. So I was having to do some masking in post to get them to work. And this brand new blue screen should work much better. This will be the first time that we've tried it. But yeah, this is what these dioramas look like. And that foam that I use is just this stuff. You can get this I get it at Home Depot. It's always in the drywall section. It's, I don't know the name of it, but it's a pink anti-sound foam, or acoustic foam is sometimes what it's sold as. And it carves really easily. If you do end up carving it though, watch your Dremel. The Dremel will overheat. There's a lot of friction in this, sticks to the Dremel, and so you have to do it in passes and let your Dremel cool down, or I use canned air to cool down the Dremel. So I'm going to get the new diorama in here and we'll get started. Okay, here's the new diorama. I don't think we've used this one. I think we saw this one in production. So I'm going to zoom in. We're going to get a good shot here. I'm going to lower our tripod a little bit. Could have done all this off camera. This is what I usually go through. Get a little bit of background in there. We'll get the base out of there. And we can get our road at a cool little angle there. And let's start with this guy. Get in here for some scale so we can actually see what we're doing. This is what all goes on before we actually do the shoot. Yup, this is what happens. What happens when you're a little behind the scenes action. There we go. So all of that blue will leave. Okay, here's the new diorama. I don't think we've used this one. I think we saw this one in production. So I'm going to zoom in. We're going to get a good shot here. I'm going to lower our tripod a little bit. Could have done all this off camera. This is what I usually go through. Get a little bit of background in there. We'll get the base out of there. Our road at a cool little angle there. And let's start with this guy. Get in here for some scale so we can actually see what we're doing. This is what all goes on before we actually do the shoot. Yup, this is what happens. What happens when you're a little behind the scenes action. There we go. So all of that blue, we'll leave it at this angle, but all that blue now will change into a background, hopefully. And you can see we've got our nice little road bed there. It's a little bumpy on this one, but oh well, that happened. So this is the Hall of Fame series, Greatest Rides. Came out in 2003. It is a Hot Wheels. There you go. Upside down. It is a Hot Wheels. This one is fairly hard to find. And we'll start with that little guy in there. I gotta clean up my area here. We've been working on a lot of dioramas lately. Not as many customs. in our plan right now, and that is because I did not get my tickets to the annual show, so I'm not going to be showing in the show, so it bought me some more time to work on some more dioramas. This is a truck grit hauler. Johnny Lightning, obviously. Real nice truck. It's in pretty good scale compared to the others. And not much on the bottom of this one to look at. It's got the dualies there in the back. Oops, and I just dropped my stuff there. Drive that one off. Next, we got a few of these from the Lamborghini series. These came out in Walmart and may still be in Walmart right now. I don't remember which one this one is. It was a pretty cool series. It's this is the Reventon, I think that's what it is. I'm not up on my Lamborghinis by any means. Series of, I believe, 8 cars. I threw them all in a box here, so I think there's a few of them mixed in. Here is the Batmobile driving through this area. This one is from 2017, another one that's probably still on the shelves. This one was in dark blue. We've seen this one in a lot of colors, from like a gunmetal gray to black. Next up, not much info on this little Chevy, 57 Chevy. It's a Johnny Lightning. Rubber tires. This is from the golden era of Johnny Lightnings. Well, I shouldn't say that. The silver era of Johnny Lightnings. How about that? When they were still making them, and they were pretty good. Opening hood. I don't want to open it up too much there. You can see inside there. And rubber tires. The Johnny Lightnings are hard to tell what series they're from because they reused their castings so much. Hard to tell where each of them came from. There's a little Datsun 620. That one is from, I believe, the P case 2017. That's another one. Hard to find. A lot of people love those Datsuns. Boy, there was a time when nobody wanted Datsuns. Now everybody wants their Datsuns and their Nissans. That's alright. Not really my favorite. Here's a Bronco. This one from the Walmart Camouflage series. Another one that is probably on the shelves in your Walmart. Not only on the shelves, but in mass. This one is not selling well. One of the cars, I think it was the Silverado from this, sold really well. But the rest of these seem to just be sitting around. Should point out, that's the problem I was having, is right up there where the grass hits the sky. When it's a green screen, my software can't differentiate the green screen from the grass. It usually works. It's just in real filming, when you film outside and you have a lot of green, you use blue. Yeah, I could go into why. But the blue should be working much better at this point. We tried red for a while. I had a little stand-in red one, but the red takes the color out of your skin because you have a lot of red in your skin. Here is the, first let's get it into the scene. This one's from the Top 40 set. Real nice set. This is a Chevelle? Nova. That is a Nova. From 2008, Hot Wheels Top 40 set. The set itself is pretty coveted. Here's another Lamborghini from that Walmart Lamborghini series we were talking about. I guess we should say it's 2017 if you're ever watching this video later. This particular one has been used a lot lately. This is the Sesto Elemento down there at the bottom. Lamborghini series, maybe still at your Walmart if you're watching this when the video is new. Here is this another Chevy? This one's a little a little beat up. Does it roll? Oops. No, it rolls fine. There you go. Bel Air. That one is another Johnny Lightning. This one is the Playing Mantis era. You can see a little bit of difference. Those hubs there. Not as good as that other one you saw. I don't know which one came first. A lot of detail on these. Here's the bottom. Playing Mantis is the company that owned Johnny Lightning for a period of time. That one is from the Hot Wheel magazine series from 2004, by the way. Although, as with most, my Karmann Ghia is a little too low. With most of those Playing Mantis Johnny Lightnings, that same color could have shown up in a different series. Here's a Karmann Ghia. Very cool one. This one, I believe, is the mainline series. This was the first edition from 2006. Do not see this one for sale in the cheapy bins very often. Although he is very low to the ground. Doesn't roll too well off-road, I guess. Probably be silly to take your Karmann Ghia off-road. This one is a Chevelle. Here's a Chevelle. That one is, you'll recognize that from the Target Red series. Another one, it might be on the shelves right around now, 2017. I want to say that's a P-Case car. The red editions were Target's exclusives. Kind of like the Zamax from Walmart. Very cool. Obviously they do those in a red color scheme. Here's a treasure hunt. Let's see if this guy will roll. Yeah, he rolls all right. I don't think you'd want to take that car down this road. That one's a treasure hunt from 2010. That one is the Rat Bomb. There you go. The Rat Bomb. 2010 treasure hunt. Here's another one of those Lamborghinis. This is the Euros, I think. We'll check in a second. You know you're not really a Lamborghini guy when this is your favorite car from the series. This one is, it's upside down. That is the Euros, yeah. Again, that one's from that Walmart Lamborghini set. Here's your Skyline. This one is one of them that everybody was looking for. I believe that is a P case. Maybe that was also in another case, either before or after. Not my favorite color scheme of the Skylines that we've seen. That one is the, what's the details on this one? This one is the, it doesn't say on. I think this was the Skyline HT 2000 GT, something like that. 2000 GTX, maybe. See how good my memory is. Here's another Skyline. This one from the Matchbox series. That is also a 2000 GTX. That one from 2000. Or not, sorry, 1971. I was reading it wrong. 1971. Look at that. There is the two versions. We just got lucky and got them together. There's 1971 and the newer model. That Matchbox Skyline's also probably available on the shelf right now. Got ourselves a Challenger. This one, the 2015 version. This is one of my favorite cars from the 2017 series. I really like this paint scheme on it. It's not Zamac, just silver paint. You'll notice we're mixing up the new cars with the old cars now. I think we're going to keep doing that. We're probably not going to be doing as many of the reviews of the series. Mainly a situation with my work where I just don't have the time to go out and find the cars every week like I used to. And but I am in a much better situation to get the older cars, especially large lots of them. I've talked about that before. And so I think we're going to exploit that a little bit more and just do some more, just looking at some oldies, some new ones, just mix them up. Here's a Chevy, obviously. This is, if not the most used of the castings in Hot Wheels. There's the base. I don't know what series this is from. There are a bajillion of these. I'm guessing this is from about 2002. It's got black walls on it, but I don't think it's that old. Might actually be a promo car. I don't know. Don't remember. There's a lot of those. Here is our I thought I could remember the name of this. Oh yeah, and of course it's not on the base. Well, there it is. There it is. That's our classic series. No, it's not. Sorry, this is classic American cars set. Again, not Zamac. That is just chrome paint. Classic American cars set. If you're wondering about this particular diorama, the big rocks back here, I was trying to simulate the rocks that we've got around here in, what would you call us? Desert, Southern California, the Temecula, Lake Elsinore, Corona area. We have a lot of these rocks which were put here by glaciers. Basically, the glaciers carried big tumbly rocks. The glaciers parked themselves right in this area. The glaciers melt, and all the great big rocks then kind of settled down onto the surface. You've probably seen areas like this in pictures, or you live somewhere around it, and you got these great giant boulders around that are usually pretty white. And I was trying to keep the whiteness of the rocks because I usually end up painting everything too dark. So this time I was pretty happy with how those rocks came out and got weathered. Tried to put some kind of scrubby brush in there to simulate my hometown. Of course, we don't have many cars like this driving around. This is from the Cop Rod series. I believe this is the first or second series. I think that's where they had the rubber tires. That is the Atlanta Police. And that is a GTO, right? I think it is. Yeah, that's a GTO. 67 GTO. Was that the GTO that DeLorean worked on? I think so. I don't remember. DeLorean had some history with the GTO, and I don't remember the dates on it. Here's a fun little car. I believe this one might be our last one for this one. This one is the Mazda Ripu. And that one is another one that came out, I want to say, in the P series or the or case or the Q case. I don't remember which. Little Mazda truck, another one that's probably hard to find. Customizers just grab these things up. Does it have an inside? Yeah, it does. It does have an interior. It's hard to see in there, but it does have an interior. What, a windshield's all scratched up. And that one, that is the actual tampo on it. It's meant to look all scratched up. So that's going to do it for this one. I hope the blue screen works out there. Otherwise, you might have been looking at a flat blue screen the whole time. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll do another one of these real soon. Bye. Bye.